Well, I'm just sitting down. No real reason why I'm doing a video today other than whatever comes in the moment. So, hi everybody, welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Some people have been saying, oh, you look a bit stressed, you look a bit worried, people are, attacking you. Listen, guys, I've been on this journey for 16 years. Prior to that, I went on a TV show and in front of you wouldn't believe how many millions. I was called the blind date rat because out of 4 days total filming, 2 day full filming, but a total of 4 days filming, of all those hours, they took 2 minutes and they presented me. And I've said to you before that everything on television is a lie, everything. So just have a think about this through your day, okay? Through your day, you have emotions. Some of those are more like I just burped then, right? Oh, because I've just had an apple. I just burped then. So if that one moment of me burping is shown on Prime TV, people will judge me by the burp, right? Like, oh, it's disgusting. Okay. Through the day, I sigh, I smile, I get angry sometimes at what I'm seeing around me. And if you just take shots of that, or if you film me all day long, and then imagine somebody filmed you all day long, whatever your thoughts are, feelings, and then they took all of that film, all of those hours, and hunted for bits what made you look a real creep or a nasty person or a beautiful person. You can see how easily, if you signed a piece of paper which is a consent form for them to do whatever they want, meaning that you have no control over the editing of how you look at the end of it. So, in the eyes of 11 million people, they made me out to be not so nice. So I was named the blind date rat in the Sun newspaper. Imagine that. The Sun just prints it, the blind date rat. That's what I was called. So you can imagine a guy who's been happy-go-lucky from being a kid growing up to now going into the world, the dark world. Trust me, it's dark. Oh, it's dark. It's so dark you could not imagine. The lies, the manipulations, the falseness of everybody who works on there, nearly everybody, the manipulation of what they want to do to people to get a reaction, which the reaction then brings viewers, which then brings the viewers up. And that normally works when they do shock or they do fear, as you all know. So I'm sat there and people are saying to me, there's an advert, Mark, on TV every half an hour with you saying, well, she wouldn't know a good time if you slapped her in the face, right? And when you're being coerced, if that's the word, and you're being pushed, and come on, Mark. What's that, Ted? Come on. Tell the truth. Tell it what she was really like. Oh, what for? Because we've paid for your hotel. We've given you the best food. We've looked after you. Say this, say that. Oh, I don't really want to say that. Come on, say it as it is. Come on, come on. And you get pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And sometimes it comes out. And interestingly, yeah, I got caught up in it. I did. But you know what, guys? I'm so glad I did, because it made me the person I am today. And that is somebody who sees how easily we are all manipulated. Easily. And when you see that, you can stop it and say no more. And that's why I very rarely do TV. I'm always asked, but I know there's an agenda, and that is to mock, belittle, attack, and be sly and dirty and underhanded as TV and the TV companies are, most of them. So I realize that most of the times I'll say no, or I'll say a very simple request. Sure, as long as I can be in the editing studio and I can have full editing rights. Hello? Where are you going? Come back! So you learn a lot. And yes, I have done TV work with people that I know and trust 100%. So I will only do TV when I trust the person who will. This is why I like radio. I like radio because it can't be live radio. It can't be cut and polished. Everything that comes out my mouth is me. So if you cut and polish it, you can make anybody out to be how you want. So I'm not I'm not trying to back away and say I didn't say things. I did, but they can be taken out of context. Speak properly, Mark. Speak English, for God's sake, Mr. Bajerski. Bajerski, whatever your foreign name is. God damn you. Speak the Queen's English. I can't speak the Queen's English because I'm not the Queen. So yeah, getting back to that today. Look, I get attacked most days because of my understanding of life. If I don't conform, if I don't fit into somebody's narrative or programming, they tend to get very aggressive and angry. And then they, mock. Oh, God, he's a crystal healer. That says it all, doesn't it? That's a perfect one. Is that the best you can do? You think I haven't heard that one before? Well, here, come and talk to this big giant over here. This guy who I gave a healing session for and he changed his life. And he tells everybody, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And don't mock him. I get spat at most weeks in the village because I try to protect the donkeys, and the donkey men hate me. There's a lot of jealousy in the village, I've got to be honest, and that's small streets, narrow minds mentality. Village life, you'll know if you ever live in a village. If I don't know what I'm doing, I just ask somebody and they'll tell me. That's the way it is, unfortunately. People want to know everybody else's business because they've not really got anything to think about or do themselves. So it's easier to look at other people and point the finger. And if you don't connect in a village, if you don't if you don't go into the bars, if you don't get, then they make stories up about you. So yeah, I guess I'm the gay guy. I'm the only gay man in the village, apparently. I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. Listen, it's silly. It's silly. And people are very judgmental and very abusive when it comes to my kind of work, unless, of course, you've experienced the work. If you experience the work, you have a different clientele. And do you know how that happens? A lot of my male clients, after a healing session, come back to me and say, you know what, Mark, I'll be honest. I thought you were a nutter, or I thought you were a fraud, or I thought you were somebody who needs to be slapped. But my girlfriend said, trust me. Or my wife said, look, you're not doing well. You're in a bad place. The doctors can't help you. Psychiatrists haven't been able to help you. Go and see the guy up in the mountain. People are saying pretty good things about him. This was years ago. So I get guys coming in with the same attitude that I saw for years. And I got used to it. And I gave them a hug, even though I knew they thought I was crazy. Because I knew that after a healing session, the healing would speak for itself. I didn't need to say anything. So when the guys used to look at me with like, oh, this guy's a fake, I didn't say anything. And I'd go, shh, don't say anything, please. Just lie down. And I'd give them a full hour healing session. They'd get up and their life would change. They'd become a different soul. Not the soul that was judgmental, not the soul that believed everybody who does this work is a charlatan. And on many, 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 many occasions, I wouldn't take money off them. So I'd say, no, this is a gift from me to you. So I'd go into houses where the fellas would look at me and the women would say, could you please help? And I'd say, there's actually nothing wrong with this house. It's not the house. If you would like me to do a healing session, I can give your husband a healing session, because I knew it was him, or it could have been the mother-in-law or something like that, or give them a healing session. But I said, the house is actually fine. No need to pay me for anything. Yeah, but you've traveled an hour. No problem. You don't need to pay me. It's fine. But if you want me to give you a free healing session, I will. So I changed a lot of minds and hearts by my truth. I always had a principle of my work came first, and if I got paid for it after, that was a bonus. And that's true. And I can have probably 1,000, 2,000 people will be on the phone in 30 seconds or on the internet saying, he never charged. And that's because it wasn't about money. So yes, there are people in every industry that would charge for everything because it's important, and that's fine, because we don't charge for our gift, which we all have. We charge for our time, and depending on what you have to pay for in life, whether it's a massive mortgage, for me it wasn't a big deal because I had a shop downstairs which was covering most of the bills most of the time. So it wasn't like I needed anything. I guess if I needed it, maybe that would have been more of an issue, that because I struggle to take money. I always struggle to take. Anybody who knows me, I remember going into a property in Marbella, one of the biggest properties in Marbella with 27 rooms. I finished the cleansing, which took me all day, and I should have charged 4 times as much, but I said, this is what I charge and that's it. And he said, yeah, but you've done all these rooms. Normally you do 3 rooms, you had to do 27. I said, no, it's fine. So he came, he gave me the money. I wouldn't take it. I said, please put it in that box, because I didn't want to tarnish what I'd done. So he said, you really don't like money, do you? I said, it's there to pay the bills and to eat, but other than that, I don't do this work for the money. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think being truthful and honest is really important, because it comes with integrity, and there's so little integrity in so many fields of work these days. And I think that a lot of people in the eyes of their understanding, in the minds of their programming, the work that we do, and if you're a healer, you'll understand, it always comes with, what a lot of crap. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm not interested, right? But until you've fallen on the floor and there's nowhere else you can go, all of that disappears, and you're drawn to a beautiful soul who is an alternative seer and healer of this world, no matter whether it's a conversation, whether it's a healing touch, or whether it's a healing session. Life changes thereafter, because we do have an ability, a gift that we all have, to be able to clear negative energy away from the body, inside and out. We have an ability to clear the mind, and that ability isn't what you think. It isn't ego, because many people will attach themselves to that and say, yes, only me, only I can do it. Well, that's BS. Anybody can do it. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Anybody can learn how to heal. Anybody. In fact, I would argue the point that most of you are healers most of the day, but you don't see or understand it. And a lot of time when you feel fatigued and tired, when you've been around somebody, that's because you've been giving them healing. We, as pure energy healers, learn how to become an antenna to be able to bring in energy, so we're not using our own. So when you become weak and tired and exhausted after speaking to a family member or somebody who just drained you, okay, we're all radiators and drains, but imagine you're exhausted, I can't do this anymore. The reason why is because you became personal. You were giving them your energy. So when you are a pure energy healer, you channel pure energy. And that pure energy is from the universe, the cosmos. You can pull it in. and you pull it in and you give it to them. So you're not actually the healer. And a lot of people don't want me to say that. A lot of healers hate me for that, because they want this idea that only they can do it. I have spent my 16 years trying to share a message with every person who comes for a healing session or a reading, and that is, you don't need to come for a reading again. And they look at me and say, but that's your work. And I said, look, there's nearly 8 billion people in this world. I don't need to see you all the time because there's plenty of people. So I'm not like other healers or psychics. I don't hold on to you and tell you need to come back. How many healing sessions do you think I need, Mark? You need about 36. You need to, yeah, forget that. You come back if you ever need a healing session. My door's always open. When you come, how you come is up to you. That gives you the power to understand your own body and know what feels right. Do you need another psychic reading? No, you don't. You don't need to come for years, because just shelve what I said to you. Don't even look at it, and then just get on with your life. And just every now and again remember, oh, Mark said that. Maybe I'll try this, and maybe I'll try that. And oh, I remember him saying, just watch what you're doing here and change that. And maybe, oh, this is a good path. I remember him saying that. So you make the decision of all of the amazing paths that are given to you from, I believe, the spirit world. I know when I say that it really bothers a lot of people and they run away, but there is another world. You are not just flesh and blood. You just don't die and turn to dust. You live forever, because you are not your body. You are certainly not your mind. You are the most beautiful power, infinite energy of awareness, if you are able to attune to that. Not this. This is the block. This is the judging. This is the opinionated. This is the programming. This is where you should be. But most people don't ever go there. But if they have a healing session, they certainly get to feel that. And it's called inner peace. And it's what I've been working for and walking on a path for 16 years. And I realize now that there was a lot of things I chose not to see that were there, and I point that out to everybody who I see, every one of my clients, tens of thousands, that magic, that healing, that power, that awareness, that intuition, that psychic ability, that healing gift is in you, as it is in me, as it is in the child, as it is in the grandmother, as it is in the dog. Everybody has that natural ability. But we've been deceived. We've been hoodwinked. We've been conned. We've been charlataned. Because those in control know that if they can sleight of hand us and tell us one thing and do another, if they can tell you that everything that we know deep down is real is a lie, everything that we know is real for our body is not real, and they give us the poisons, then what happens is we become disconnect. You know, I see a lot of spiritual people who are not spiritual, and there's many a time I say I can't offer you any, especially when they're really judgmental and start saying you should spread love and light, like I've had all week this week. Mark, stop talking like this. It's nonsense. You're lowering the vibration. Stop talking about, this being dangerous, because you're ruining everything. You're spoiling everything. You're not really spiritual. Well, I say to them one of two things. One of the things I say is that, maybe you need an enema, because you're so blocked, you're not seeing anything. And it's not actually a joke, it's true, because when you're so blocked with of poo, you think like SHIT. So you need to clear yourself out, because you're not thinking correctly. Because truth is truth and a lie is lie. And if you are not able to point out a lie for what it is, then you are blocked completely. You are severed of truth. And truth is ultimately what sets us free. Without truth, we live in a lie. We live in deception. We live in fear. We live in a world of darkness. But the truth sets us free. So, me being a healer and a psychic, I've walked a path to see truth. And there's nobody been as shocked as me when I've sat down and read somebody's future and thought, wow. And anybody who's a reader will know what I'm saying. This message is for me as well. And there was many a times that I'm like, thinking this is for me as much as it is for you. And sometimes it's a hard truth. It really is a slap in the face when you're reading about yourself. That's why I never used to like reading to somebody close to me. So who I was married with before, it was like, I don't want to read for you. Why not? Because I'm having to read about this guy who doesn't treat you as well as he should, who should care for you more, think about you more. And I'm like, oh my God, but I have to read and I have to tell the truth. I can't lie because it comes out. So afterwards, I'm like crying, thinking, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize I was like that. So yeah, they love me to read for them. But then again, that's it. That is a good reader. A good reader sees their faults and can have the strength to be able to say, you know what, I need to change. I need to be stronger. I need to be kinder. I need to be more loving. And it's a never-ending path. And you can't say, okay, this is me. I'm amazing, wonderful, because you're not. You're only as good as your last healing session. You're only as good as your last psychic read. You're only as good as what you've done in the world today. I don't look back on my life and say I've done so much good, I don't need to do any more good. It's not what it's about. Life is about what I can do here and now at this moment, from moment to moment. What difference I can make in the world, not only for you, but for me. What can I do to change my world to be a better soul, to feel better, and to be more balanced in life, which means that I can shine brighter for others and make them feel better. What can I learn to be able to share with others so that they can improve their life? So it's a continuation of, oh, I know that Bajerski. He went on blind date. He's a fool. Well, you know what? People change. And we should give people the opportunity to change, but most don't. Most family members won't accept your change if you decided to do something different. They won't give you their blessing because of many reasons. So for me, it was a struggle for my family to understand that the guy who was an auctioneer, selling antiques, doing all the work that I used to do, rushing around, and all of a sudden gets rid of everything and decides to come to a mountaintop village, and all of a sudden he's starting to do spiritual work. Well, yeah, it can be a challenge for them to understand that, because that's not who you are in their mind. They've never seen that. They can't understand how somebody can embrace something that has been gifted to them in an organic way, and they've grown and they've blossomed because they've found their path. And when I turn around to them and say, who are you? What are you doing? They don't know, because they've never found their path. And thus, why should I or you be deemed an idiot? Why or you should be deemed that can't possibly be? Because if it was them, I'm sure you would embrace it and say, wow, that's amazing how that you found your path and destiny. It's too shallow-minded for most people, because they're too blinkered, and that is the world called programming. Programming does not allow for you to allow for others to shine in a way which is against the system. So that means that, you go to school, you go to college, you go to university, you get something on your head, which is a black hat, and you throw it in the air and go, yay! And people say, ooh, well done you. But if you say, actually, you can stick that right up your bum, I'm going to do this because I feel the pull to throw everything away and wear some rags and go and meditate and be in peace on top of a mountain and not speak to anybody for a year, they think you're crazy. They think you're nuts. They think you're absolutely lost the plot. So you see, it's difficult for a programmed person to unprogram themselves. So what I think I'm saying today is, for all of you guys who are the black sheep, you guys who are different from other people, from your family, from your partner, from your friends, you who feel the urge to follow your intuition, you who feel the empathy of understanding that there's more to life than eating, drinking, sleeping, and working, I am here to honor you and to say how powerful and strong you are to be able to keep going, even at the times where you feel down and you don't want to continue anymore, still getting back up and saying, I'm following my heart. I'm doing this. I'm walking my truth, no matter what people say of me. And that, to me, is somebody that I admire. The black sheep is somebody that I see as the most powerful and beautiful soul that has been brought in this world to shine a light for others to wake up from their hypnosis that the system has very, very carefully and very mindfully hypnotized. And it's great when people have that wake-up moment. And it is a wake-up moment. It truly is a wake-up moment for many people. And I've seen this over the years, and people often come to me and say, thank you, Mark, you woke me up. And I say, no, you woke yourself up. I never take praise for that, because somebody else or the person before me could have been the one who helped you wake up. I'm just part of a journey of many other souls. So my healing session was only part, and if you woke up at my healing session, well, I was the lucky one at that time to see you wake up. But there were so many other people and so many other coincidences that spirit drew you to for your awakening at that moment. So it can happen anytime. And once you're awoken, you can't unwake yourself. You know what I'm saying. And it's a beautiful thing, even though it's a challenging thing. Because now you become a threat. You become dangerous. You become something that the system and the darkness, which is all in one, it encapsulates negativity, anger, suppression. It is enslavement. When you see that, you step away from it and observe it and say, nope, not for me. So when you go against the grain, I don't want to call them sheep. They are what they are. People are. I was like that at one time. I never saw anything. But those who don't see as yet sometimes need that light that you shine. And at the penny drop moment, when they realize that they can't turn a blind eye anymore, they can't choose to ignore it anymore, like me 16 years ago. It's a challenge, and it takes time, and it slowly sinks and sinks, but you can't turn the clock back anymore. Once the penny's dropped, it becomes more and more obvious that everything in this world is back to front, inside out, and the wrong way around. Everything out there. And the awakening is a beautiful thing. Many people call themselves woke, which they're not. You're only really awake when you know inside, not when you say it from here. And it isn't something that you need to say or should say, because it's like saying I'm spiritual. It's not a label, dear friend. So when I meet people, if they say, oh, hi, I'm spiritual too, that's really not what you want to be saying, because it's like saying, hi, I'm a fish fryer, or hi, I'm a window cleaner. Okay. And like, hi, I'm spiritual too. Really? You have to tell me that? You don't need to tell me that if you're spiritual. I should feel it and see it without you having to force it on me instantly. That's why when anybody comes with a business card at me, puts it in my face, I'm not interested. Because I know that I flow in the energy of which you would believe is coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. Everything is very, very beautifully put in our way, gently. The little tiny whispers, the little tiny signs, and it's all natural. It's always a flow. No pushing, no forcing. Whenever you push and force, you never get what you want. Never. Oh, but I pushed and got it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You pushed and pushed and pushed, and it was a resistance. And if you were going to get it, you were going to get it anyway. So for me, if I put it out there in my heart and soul and say to myself, it would be really nice to be able to live here or to have this. I don't fight for it. I don't push it. I just put it out there. And I say, if it's meant to be, it will be. And I always remember the times when I pushed and forced. When I let go and said, this isn't working, then it came. Weird. So I realized through my own experience and my own naivety of believing the secret and believing all of these ideas which sold very well and made people millions, that actually real living in a spiritual manner is trusting your journey. Now, you've got to get up. You've got to go to work. You've got to deal with daily life. But there is one thing you should never do. Never force or push or demand or expect or want or need. Just live. And if you put it out there, then it's already out there. If you believe in your dreams, if you believe that the universe is listening, your family in spirit, well, why would you need to keep repeating it? I heard you the first time, Mark. Shut up, we're working on it. Taking a bit of time, by the way. Well, hurry up then. But they do listen, and everything that I ever wanted in my life has come to me now. It has. It really has. And I look at it and think, wow, I didn't need to fight or force it. It comes to you when it's meant to. And if it's meant to come to you, it will. And if it doesn't, there's a reason why. Because there's something else even better lined up. And that's the truth. That is the truth. It really is the truth of the universal spiritual flow, the energy of spirit that works with you, who loves you. And that's why I believe that my mum left this world to be able to help me even more. And she does. Could she have helped me as much in this world? I don't think so. I would have got a lot of love and a lot of cuddles, and that would have been amazing. But her in the spirit world she's like so busy, working so hard to help people, and she brings people in and out. If you want to know, these two ladies work together. I know it's too much for some people. It's really hard for it to understand. But yeah, it's beautiful. And we work alongside spirit every day, and I see spirit around you every day. I've never done it before. I normally do just one-to-one healings, or I do group sessions where I used to work in a hotel, and the last time I did a group session, we had about 180 something. I could be wrong now. It was so long ago. And that was quite challenging for me, but I was working alongside a shaman at the time, so we worked together, and it was really nice. But when I did a healing set, I think I've done 2 or 3, and I've stopped holding myself back. So I'm still learning every day, and I will. Every day I'll learn something new. So I always knew the gift of healing. I always knew the power of healing, but I limited myself to believe that it was a one-to-one which was far more powerful. But actually, we are all connected in a unique spiritual way as brothers and sisters. So if I went down to the sea and took a drop from that ocean, that is who you are. So if I take you and put you back into the ocean, you are one with the ocean. Where are you? Well, you're one. So that is how I decided to. Spirit said to me, do a healing session one-to-one. And like I was trying to understand it. I think it was One is oneness. I think that was the message I heard, and I'm like, one is oneness. Oh yeah, one drop is oneness of the ocean. So focus on one person, silhouette them. This is I'm feeling, silhouette them, and work on that one person, and everybody who was there would feel it. So we got a few hundred people, and some people were saying at the end of it, it's really helped me. So I thought, okay, cool. Some people said I didn't really feel too much. Well, I'm trying my best. This is a new thing. I'm learning. Let me keep going, because maybe I need to learn a bit more and be more open. And I've got to be honest, the last healing session I did, which was last few days ago, I was a lot more open. And I let it flow, and a few more people more so said I got a lot out of it. So it's starting to get bigger, and the more people are saying I'm feeling it. There is no ego there. I'm not doing it for ego, guys. It really upsets me when people say I do it for ego. I think, why are people so awful? You know, when you do things out of love and you want to help people, why are people so cruel? I know the answer, guys. I know the answer. Darkness is always trying to kill the light within us. But you know what makes me feel sad, what makes me want to cry, is that you're missing out on so much love and healing. That's what upsets me, not me. But I couldn't give a damn what you say about me, but I cry for others because I want them to feel what I feel, what other people feel. Because when you walk out that door after a healing session, I've done my job. Great stuff. Get on your way. Enjoy your life. Heal yourself. No more illness because you've cleared the fear. No more worries because you've cleared it all. Now you've got inner peace. Your body's starting to work. Your immune system grows. You feel ace. You want to skip. Now you take that with you. You go home. You hug your daughter. You kiss your wife. You make love to her like you've never made love to her before. You talk to your children more. You play with your dog more. You become a more beautiful person. You've got more time for people. You shine more. That is what makes me happy. That is what I want for the world. That is the only way the world will heal. But seers, but healers, the little grandmas in the world, the people all over the world, the people who are sharing truth are always attacked. Anybody who shares truth now is attacked. Anybody who says, hey, hang on a minute, I know many people now who've had that and are ill, sick. Hey, join the club, mate. Join the club. Oh, but I can't say that. Well, why can't I say it? Because you can't. Don't say it. Why can't you speak the truth? Why can't you share truth? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Why is everybody attacking me? I'm just telling you why is this happening? And then you realize they're attacking you because they're trying to defend something. Why do you need to defend? Why? If what I'm saying is a lie, you just laugh and walk away, right? You wouldn't even give it a second thought. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm coming from. And today I made a video on Facebook because I had a 60-day ban for speaking some truth about this. Okay, just saying, hey guys, be careful, because I've worked on clients now a lot, and there's a separation between, well, I went on a radio show, I went on Richie Allen's radio show many, many months ago and said, I saw the separation, I could see what was coming, I could see there's going to be a sever between their spirit and their body. And now it's coming out, people are now talking about it more and more. So, yeah, so what? So what if I saw it? If I help somebody from not doing that and then standing back saying, I'm glad I didn't do it because everybody now is becoming ill or it's attacking a lot of people, then I'm happy for you and I've done my job. But you know what? I would have said it anyway. You know, if I see somebody being hurt, I'm going to say something, or I'm going to stop them from getting hurt. Why would you stop me from stopping somebody hurting somebody? I said it and I've told you before. If I'm sat here with a fluffy And the fluffies going, oh, Mark, you shouldn't talk negative. You should just send love and light. Yeah, but that guy's just come out of that ice cream shop and he's just eating his ice cream and he's coughing blood because the owner is narcissistic psychopath who's put glass and crushed it into the ice cream, because I can see that guy is coughing out blood. And the guy's saying, I'm coughing out blood, and there's some crushed glass in my throat. Oh, Max, stop it. It's not true. Love and light. Stop spreading fear. Ew, what are you talking about, spreading fear? It's the truth. How can I spread fear, Mrs. Fluffy? Stop being fluffy and look with your eyes. Just send love and light, Matt. Stop being like that. You know love and light conquers all. You're talking about love and light conquers all. The guys, look, there's somebody else coming out now in pain who's been affected by the ice cream. What do you mean stop? I've got to go inside there and got to confront the guy and then tell everybody who's going into the shop, stop. This guy is narcissistic, he's a psychopath. He's putting broken glass into your ice cream and you're going to cut your throat like these people that I've just experienced. What are you telling me to not do that? Of course I am, because love and light conquers all. Are you serious? Are you serious? So we have to put up with these people. And that's what I do every day. Put up with people who try to stop me stopping others doing harm. And I will do it till my last breath. And I know you will too. I hope you got something from this video chat today. It was a kind of flow in different directions. But I guess I still trust in the words that flow through me. And hopefully you will have got something from this conversation. It's too early to say if there is any kind of healing process for this after your family members have had it or you have. We don't know if it's going to affect everybody. All I can tell you is so far there is a huge percentage of people who are now being affected. I met somebody today who's on telly, who was very famous, and we sat and had a chat, and he had the jab and his partner, and they're fine at the moment. So no problem. Like I say, I'm only sharing my experience through my clients who are telling me what they're going through and what I can see. So that's it. What do you want me to do? Lie? Do you want me to lie and say nothing like the world is lying and saying nothing? Are your eyes not open to see what's going on? I mean, am I the only one saying Johnson & Johnson has now just been and stopped because the serious side effects, which are called causes? I mean, do I keep my mouth shut? Or that's okay though. Johnson & Johnson, the same company that millions and millions and millions have been taken off them because people have gone to court and sued them because they knowingly put into powder that you used on your children to clean them down below ended up being a cancer-causing agent. So you're actually asking me to have that from the same company that caused cancer to thousands of people who successfully sued Johnson & Johnson for powder that they knew had agents in there which were poisonous. And who's buying the vaccine off them again? Which government does that? Are they insane? But then you realise it's nothing to do with insanity. It's to do with money. It's to do with money. It's to do with money. And when you then go deeper into the rabbit hole, you realise at the very depth of that rabbit hole, it's not money at all. It's an agenda to depopulise the world. And how they do it is in the most brutal painful way. And just because you couldn't do it doesn't mean that they don't. They do it all the time, and it's called war. It's just this time the war is invisible. I love you all. Have a beautiful day till tomorrow. Take care.